Hello! Welcome back to our incredible channel, Earth Matrix. My name is Faiza Msemo, a GIS and remote sensing specialist. In today's video, we are going to learn about remote sensing in a very simple way. This video is prepared for beginners, so you don't need any technical background. By the end of this lesson, you understand what remote sensing means, how it works, the main platforms used, the types of remote sensing, and where it is applied in real life. Have you ever wondered how we can monitor forests, farms, floods, cities, water bodies, or even climate change from space? Today, we don't always need to physically visit every location to understand what is happening on the ground. Through remote sensing, we can observe the Earth from a distance using satellite, drones, aircraft, and other sensors. This makes it possible to study large areas quickly, repeatedly, and more efficiently than traditional field survey alone. So, let us begin with a simple question. What is remote sensing? Remote sensing is the science of collecting information about the Earth's surface without being in direct contact with it. In simple terms, it means observing or measuring something from a distance. Remote sensing uses sensors mounted on satellite, drones, or aircraft to capture information about land, water, vegetation, buildings, and other surface features. A simple example is your phone camera. When you take a photo, your camera captures light reflected from an object. Remote sensing works in a similar way but at a much larger scale. For example, satellites can capture reflected or emitted energy from the Earth and convert it into images or data that we can analyze. How remote sensing works? Remote sensing works in a simple process. Remote sensing follows a simple process. First, there is an energy source. In many cases, this energy comes from the sun. In other cases, the sensor itself sends energy toward the Earth. Second, this energy reaches the Earth's surface and interacts with different objects such as soil, water, vegetation, roads, and buildings. Third, part of that energy is reflected or emitted back from the surface. Fourth, a sensor on a satellite, drones, or aircraft recorded that energy. Finally, the recorded information is processed into images, maps, or data that we can analyze and use for decision making. So the basic workflow is energy source, Earth surface, sensor, image or data, and then analysis. So whether the energy comes from the sun or from the sensor itself, the results is the same. A rich data set that reveals what is happening on the ground, often in real time. Main remote sensing platforms. Remote sensing data can be collected using different platforms. First is satellite. Satellites orbit the Earth and collect data over large areas. For example, include Landsat, Sentinel, and MODIS satellites. Satellite data is useful for monitoring land use, vegetation, forests, water bodies, climate, and urban growth over time. The second platform is drones. Drone can fly at a low altitude and can capture every detailed image of small areas. They are useful in precision agriculture, construction monitoring, and environmental survey and local mapping. Third platform is aircraft. Aircraft can collect high-resolution aerial images and often used for mapping, infrastructure inspections, disaster response, and detailed land surveys. So each platform has its own strengths. Satellites are the best for large areas. Drones are the best for detailed local mapping. And aircraft are useful for high-resolution aerial survey. Types of remote sensing. There are two main types of remote sensing, passive and active remote sensing. Passive remote sensing uses natural energy, mainly sunlight. The sensor does not send its own energy. It only records energy that is reflected or emitted from the Earth's surface. A good example is optical satellite imagery, captured during the day. However, passive remote sensing can be affected by cloud, smoke, shadows, and poor lighting conditions. Active remote sensing works differently. In active remote sensing, the sensor sends its own signals toward the Earth's surface and then records the signal that comes back. Examples include the radar and the LiDAR. Radar is useful because it can collect data during the day or night, and it can also work through clouds. LiDAR is commonly used for elevation mapping, terrain analysis, and 3D mapping. So, In simple terms, passive remote sensing depends on natural energy, while active remote sensing uses energy sent by the sensor itself. Where remote sensing is applied? Remote sensing used in many fields. In agriculture, it helps us monitor crop health, detect crop stress, estimate crop conditions, and support better farming management. In forest, it helps to track deforestation, forest cover change, forest fires, and vegetation conditions. In water resources, remote sensing helps monitor rivers, lakes, wetlands, floods, and surface water changes. In urban planning, it helps us study cities' growth, land use change, roads, buildings, and settlement expansion. In disaster management, remote sensing helps detect and monitor floods, droughts, fire, landslides, and storm damage. It's also used in environmental monitoring, climate studies, mining, land use mapping, and many other fields. For example, remote sensing can help answer questions such as where is vegetation health or stressed? Um, which areas are flooded? How has a city expanded over time? Where forests being cleared? And how much water is available in a lake? Why remote sensing matters? Remote sensing is important because it helps us monitor large areas quickly, repeatedly, and cost effectively. Uh, Instead of visiting every location physical, we can use satellite, drones, or aircraft to understand what is happening on the ground. It gives us global coverage, meaning we can observe even remote areas that are difficult to access. It also allows us repeatedly monitoring so we can track changes over days, months, and years. Most importantly, remote sensing supports better decision in agriculture, environment, water resources, disaster management, urban planning, climate studies, and sustainable development. So, in simple terms, remote sensing is a powerful way of observing the Earth from a distance. In a next video, we'll learn more about satellite images, bands, spatial resolutions, and how to analyze remote sensing data using tools like Google Earth Engine, QGIS, ArcGIS, Google Color, and other geospatial platforms. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share. Bye.